As soon as you don't look like the rest of the fuckers and share their opinion and going like, oh my God, I want to be your best friend forever, ever. They basically like, no, there's no room for you. All right, let's get into this. The opinion about Vtubing.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So every time I see one of these threads on Twitter, I know it's a great opportunity for some content. So if you're not familiar with this type of post, it's asking for hot takes on Vtubing, whether it's Vtubers themselves or the related communities or whatever. And unlike a lot of the people who are either delusional or too afraid, I will give you the actual answers to some of these. You don't have to agree with all of them, but I think where I'm coming from is pretty reasonable because it's largely common sense at the...
Let's do it, Rev. Let's comment back. I am not afraid of speaking up, no. The one thing I learned last year that I am so over trying to, I don't know, fit in somewhere and being afraid of really speaking up. And it gets you nowhere, right? You just turn miserable because chances are like, you know, for years I've been trying to blend into the VTuber society, and as soon as I kicked off, they're just like, fuck that monkey. And so in my mindset, I'm going like, why are you trying to be like them when they hate you so much? And it turns out it's easy. Just like, f them all. I do my own thing.
At this point, okay? So let's jump right into it. The first
Yay,
one
misfits!
says, too many VTubers deal with drama like we're still in high school. Yes, a lot of VTubers and content creators generally, they are reliving high school. Except with VTubers, this time they're reliving high school with an attractive anime girl model, which ups their levels of delusion and narcissism even more. And the way they handle drama and controversy, as well as interpersonal issues, is very high school. You know how many Google Docs I've seen dropped on people over the slightest of disagreements, or people having public feuds over things that could be settled with a quick exchange of private DMs. But yeah, a lot of people reliving high school, and it is very, very pathetic. Now,
dudes, also the drama, all right? But a lot of people forget, like, there's a huge difference of speaking up and defending yourself and stirring up drama.
Of course, this one will generate a lot of response. This person says, a lot of VTubers complain about parasocial behavior from fans, but the simple fact is many present themselves as sexually available and willing in a very personal sense, and not just as an act. At that point, you're basically bringing it on yourself. Now, a lot of people on Twitter will read this last part and say, uh-oh, you're victim blaming. Well, unfortunately for them, they have no reading comprehension based on the context up here. And also, the people who are angry about this last part are probably guilty of the previous part. Can I tell you how many dommy, mommy VTubers who have like Fansly accounts and cater to the girlfriend experience and have like nothing but sexual content and always present themselves as available and single, who go around and say, oh my gosh, how did I attract all these lonely men?
This is hilarious. We all know sex sells. I mean, even I play with them, you know, flirty kind of. I have not safe for work art of my character and things like that, but I never offered that kind of content. Now, if I would offer lewd monkey content, then I can't get upset if people tune into my channel expecting lewd content. Where's the logic in this? You can't. It's like me. I play video games, I yap, and then I would complain how much I hate playing video games, and then I don't like talking to you. I mean, where's the sense in this? Right? There's no logic. I don't understand it. If you go the sexual route, you must understand you attract that kind of audience. So why are you complaining then?
That is your core audience, pretty much. That is what you're catering to. Do not be a shocked Pikachu face when you attract lonely weirdos.
I love my
when you present yourself as available and all of your content is sexual and you provide a girlfriend experience. There's so many VTubers who do this and are shocked at the results. And recently I even saw a VTuber who I'm not going to name because I think they just want attention, but they posted a selfie that was safe for work. And they're like, oh my gosh, all the people in the replies are saying sexual things to me. This is horrible. I was looking at their account. Literally the previous post was them practically naked. And that's really all of their content. And it's like, really? It's all an act. It's very performative, just like many things in the VTubing scene. But here's one. Vtweeters are not Vtubers. We asked for hot takes, ma'am. Yeah, this is very agreeable. In case you don't know what a Vtweeter is, it's someone who does pretty much everything a VTuber does except make actual content.
No, they don't.
It's very funny.
They only exist on Twitter. There's a lot of Vtweeters out there. And they are the worst. They complain about what a shitty content creator you are, and then that you deserve nothing, when in return, all they do is sit on fucking Twitter and then go like, why is no one watching me? Because you don't stream, bitch.
They'll pay for models, or they'll plan on getting models.
Yeah.
They'll shape their entire account like
debut
that.
Happening in 2035, guys.
But they never actually do anything. In fact, the closest thing they do to making content is tweeting and virtue signaling largely.
And there are so many of them, like VTubers that have big Twitter accounts, and you never see them streaming. And all they want is like pre-build. They think like, oh yeah, I build up some kind of advertisement and get ready and build it up, and then plan for the debut. But it's just never gonna happen.
Because that gets a lot of seal clapping from fellow VTubers. But let's go to the next one. This one is actually the reason I discovered this thread. This is getting a lot of conversation, and you'll see why. Okay, hot take: the VTuber community preaches diversity and inclusion nonstop, but it's an echo chamber. Left-wing or super progressive views get endless claps and collabs, while anything right of center or even moderate conservative instantly triggers hate mobs, cancellations, and no collab lists. Real friends in a healthy scene should let VTubers have wildly different political opinions without torching relationships. Grow up. True diversity means tolerating views you disagree with, not demanding everyone thinks the same.
This is actually a really good hot take, and I couldn't have said it better myself. I think, and that's the whole reason I dislike the VTuber sphere, because it's such a bubble, and if you stick out, or God forbid you have a different opinion, they will do everything in their fucking power to destroy you and bully you off the internet. And they do this. I'm a living proof that this is real. As soon as you don't look like the rest of the fuckers and share their opinion and going like, oh my God, I want to be your best friend forever, ever. They basically like, no, there's no room for you.
Very large number of VTubers spend their entire online presence preaching about diversity and inclusion, and the second someone has any differing opinion on anything, they are ousted. They are blacklisted, they are harassed, they are excluded, and sometimes even worse things are wished.
But yeah, I find it so boring that so many VTubers are afraid to really speak up for themselves. So many VTubers are afraid to, like, say something in case the bigger VTubers don't agree with you. Last year, when shit hit the fan, and a bunch of bigger VTubers that I admired in the past and was like, these guys are cool. I like watching their content. And they rocked up and they finally noticed me, and I'm just like, dude, this is insane. Like, fuck yeah. These so-called Aussies are finally noticing me. And at first I was like, oh wow, blinded by, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Blinded by how cool I thought it was. And I'm just like, this is like dream come true. Bigger creators are reaching out to you now, Juju. And I think it was okay for them to go like, okay, we can see that she's actually not a racist. But then I posted the AI thing, and all those bigger VTubers that had followed me 2-3 days before decided to insta-block me as soon as I retweeted a fan's AI creation, right? One of my viewers had did an AI image of me, and I was like, this looks cool. I'm going to retweet it because I thought it looked beautiful. I still do. So I retweeted it, and all these so-called Aussies of mine turned back and went like, you, Juju. So as fast as I was like, oh my God, my Aussies are coming. They're noticing me. Yay. I love this. Like, yeah. I made it, mama. As quick as they came, as quick they also went. Right? They just like instantly, it was like follow and then unfollow. They only want to be a friend if they gain something out of it and get a bit of attention. Then it's okay to be a friend, but God forbid there's one little problem, then they just like drop you and go like, oh no, not that one. That's that awful racist AI using monkey. They drop you. They don't care about you. They don't give a So why should I care about them?
Upon them. But yeah, I want to point out something here. This next point is really important. If you're a
48 minutes and you get a live alert?
Listen to this next part, okay?
Which is so
This tweet has nearly 10,000 likes. Now, of course, people are screeching about this. They're seething about this take. But overall...
Oh, people are really pissed off at her for going like, well, you're calling us a VTuber leftist? Like, oh. But
this
you
post
are.
has, by far, leaps and bounds, the most support among the hundreds of responses to this thread. And there's a reason for that. The people supporting this, sure, there are some VTubers in there, right? But the majority of people supporting this post are VTuber fans. I know, that's shocking, right? Something
they are
that's
the
appealing
worst.
to the actual fans, the people you're supposed to be entertaining as a VTuber, crazy stuff. Well, these fans who are supporting posts like this, they see this pattern of these virtue signalers, the endless virtue signalers in the VTubing scene who are hyper-progressive, you can call them woke, whatever you want, and that's like all they do is lecture and preach, and people are tired of it. The people who constantly preach about inclusion don't want to include anyone who thinks differently than them. And in this particular case, anyone who's right of Mao Zedong politically is not welcome.
Anyone that sticks up for themselves and go against the mainstream and speaks up their own opinions and thoughts and isn't afraid if the whole Twitter is turning against you and going like, you racist, I'm not afraid to go like, well then fuck you guys, you know? I'm not gonna go like, oh yeah, you was right, I'm gonna cry in the corner.
People see this, and it's
we
true.
Stand
There's
up
no
business
stun you
here.
can pull up, but if you just watch the VTubing scene on the Western side of things, there is overall a very left-leaning, hyper-progressive sort of viewpoint that is shared by the majority, okay? And they might be the loudest as well, and that just doesn't line up with VTuber fans. VTuber fans are all over the place. And proof of that is, think about the most successful indie VTubers. What are they? Almost all of them are apolitical. They don't talk about anything because they don't want to exclude or isolate a potential audience base because they care more about entertaining people than virtue.
They're basically trying to please everyone. And dudes, that don't work. And that gets boring. If you agree with everything and you're just like, oh yeah, so this is cool. Yeah, totally cool. Like, no. I hate those people. Like, there's no personality. It's basically, you're a blank that just agree with the majority of an opinion. So I don't understand. And everyone is sort of like, oh wow, they're so cool and they really speak up for themselves. No. No, they're cowards.
Virtue signaling and sharing their political opinions or trying to impress other VTubers. That's the problem here. A lot of these VTubers who are very hyper-progressive, they post about the modern thing every 2 seconds because they want to impress not VTuber fans, but other VTubers. They want the seal claps from the other VTubers. That is more important to them than actually building an audience. And that's tragic for them. Think about it. How many super outspoken, hyper-progressive VTubers do you see out there with a tangible amount of success, like a long-term career level of success as a VTuber?
It's a good question, guys. Think of the top. Don't they all sound the same? Don't they all look the same? Don't they all play the same games? Don't they all say the same fucking shit? All of them. Who's there to go like, oh wow, no, I haven't heard that one before. Oh wow, I completely disagree with her or his opinion, but I love to have a discussion with and poke around and go like, interesting, you know, meaningful. I don't know, don't always agree with everyone. Like 100 people are jumping off the rooftop of the head and you doing the rooftop of the house and you're doing it too, just to impress, like, oh look, I'm jumping just like everyone else. Like, isn't anyone gonna stand back and go like, is that a good thing to do? Maybe I don't want to jump down there. Maybe.
Practically none. In fact, some people would say zero.
Yeah,
and it's not
I'd say
that
zero.
Surprising because it doesn't line up with what
Not
YouTuber
many.
fans actually want. And then we think about, you know, what is this moderate conservative or anything right of center? Like, what does that even mean? Well, this is a good point in the replies. Crazy the amount of VTubers I have seen labeled as alt-right for simply reacting to a shoe-on-head video. I have seen multiple VTubers who are, you know, not problematic in the eyes of all these other VTubers for the longest time.
Dude,
then
you
they
should
reacted to
play any game you want. Hogwarts Legacy, let's fucking go. I never understood why anyone, and especially like the big size creators that have a whole team behind them of lawyers, of social media experts, of everything, and you're breaking down and crying like a I don't know, little kid that got told off.
a shoe-on-head video, and all of a sudden now they're an alt-right.
And
They're
shoe
alt-right
is a
and
sentence.
they are
Yeah.
blacklisted, and they're terrible, and now they're free to harass.
I think most of us are like in the center. We listen to the left and we listen to the right. And then we make our own opinions about it. But God forbid you disagree with the left and you instantly like, hey, so you don't agree with the left? You must be right.
And dogpile anytime you want. I have seen this play out multiple times. And then you have posts like this saying, girl really just said, why am I being penalized by other VTubers for being a bigot? It's not fair. Then proceeded to talk about VTubers in SS uniforms and applauds Kirsha and Nines. Oh, of course. So I think their comment about this right here was that they said a VTuber tried to do this gimmick.
Dude, you wear a uniform and it's like instantly like, oh my God, it's a nut uniform. Yeah. Like yes, it's a very nice uniform, and it probably got like inspiration of a bunch of different uniforms from different parties and put together. And
personally speaking, I think it was cringe and stupid.
But
yeah,
also
they
gets
mentioned
a lot of
that got a lot of attention, even though it was negative. And then they lumped that in with applauding Kirsha and Nines, and it's just like,
Nines
you
is
see
also
kind of
cool.
what you're doing here. On top of that, being penalized
She was in
for
the
being a
V-types,
bigot.
wasn't
Yes,
she?
that's
And
right.
Nines was in the V-types.
Anything that is not lining up with your views 100%
Are we the baddies?
is
Dude, I'd rather be a
bigotry.
villain.
And then we have this.
I'd rather be a villain and a fucking evil monkey if that means I gets to speak my own thoughts and opinions. If I'm just gonna be a brainless, agreeing with everyone's statements, then no. And what's the point? What's the point?
Post
Thank
saying,
you.
really hoping the dam breaks and all the big apolitical VTubers come out as woke to make it even harder for you guys. Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. That's never going to happen. Let's move on to some more hot takes. Sorry I spent some time on that, but that was a pretty important one right
it's
there.
awesome being a villain.
Vtubing is just a medium, and the Vtubing community...
Dude, a good villain. It's like, it's just as important as the superhero.
Doesn't and will never exist. Correct. There is no such thing as the Vtubing community. There's no hive mind of Vtubers.
Oh, thank you!
But obviously there is a...
The VTuber community! But there is no VTubing community. If any, we are all content creators. But that also applies that we are creators, meaning creative, in our own way. It doesn't mean that all the streamers have to do the same speak the same. Why is it like that in the VTuber scene? Just because we happen to use, like, we're already part of a niche of the anime, you know, kind of niche. And then now you want to separate this and make everyone in that community the same. Oh, hive mind.
Scene, there's like culture to it, but the most important community you can ever have is your community. That's it. That's all you should care about building, not appeasing a VTubing community where you're impressing all.
It's right. All I care about is you. Because you dudes are awesome. Everyone here stood up for Monkey, supporting me by watching my streams, lurking, chatting, and you know, you guys are there. So you're my main focus. The other ones, they already banned and blocked me. We don't need them. We're blocked. I'm on the block list.
VTubers and trying to fit in with them. Work on building your own community. That's it. That's the best thing you can do. This isn't a hard job. Correct. Yes, being a VTuber comes with very unique challenges, and that's true with content creation, right? You face things the average person's not probably ever gonna face with their regular job. But please, be humble and understand it's
since
not
you're
that
a monkey.
It's not.
Dude, I agree and disagree. It isn't a hard job. It is something that I love and have a passion for. There are moments where I have to deal with shit that I go like, oh God, I can't be asked. This shit annoying. But we have a huge advantage of being a VTuber. You can be anonymous. It can be whatever you want. You can say whatever you want because no one truly knows who you are since you're behind the character, right? So it's a huge advantage. No one really truly knows you.
Not that hard. It is a great privilege to be able to make content for a living. It's something I'm very appreciative.
Which makes it easier.
Every single day. I think about it all the time. Super lucky. So get off your high horse. Understand there's challenges, but don't be a Hassan Piker saying streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job or anything like that.
And take it from me, I've done a lot of different jobs in my lifetime. The longest one being a bartender and waitress. And dudes, if I compare being like standing in a nightclub making cocktails, this is easy, man. Yes, you deal with morons. There's more on the internet. It's not like some drunk people smelling bad and stressing about the cocktails, right? It's easy.
Cringe. Let's move on to this. Vtubing is not inherently a LGBT or liberal space. It is literally just a different way to stream, and literally anyone with any views can do it and shouldn't be shunned because they hold different values. I run into this a lot as a Christian who happens to be a VTuber. If you want to instantly rile up a hornet's nest of so-called accepting and progressive people, come out and say you're a Christian as a VTuber. Good luck. You're going to be harassed. You are now open for attack because in their...
Dude, really? Is it that bad being a Christian VTuber? Yeah, I know if you go against the LGBT community, you basically... I mean, there's a... oh, God. The one time I spoke up about, like, transgender and leaving the kids alone. Oh, my God. Yeah.
You just committed the ultimate form of bigotry. You have completely dehumanized yourself, and now they're going to harass you endlessly. That is the way it works, unfortunately. But again, if you focus on what you actually care about, and I always recommend keep your circle small. And if it doesn't really work out with fellow VTubers, touch grass. That is an option. You can touch grass and get your interactions with people in real life as well. And quite frankly, it's typically a lot better. But anyways, yeah. Vtubing is just...
Dudes, I enjoy both. I love the crazy shenanigans, the absolute chaos realm of the internet. I'm addicted to this shit. Of all this nonsense.
Another means of producing content, and it shouldn't be inherently anything. But unfortunately, a lot of the VTubers in the scene,
that surely helps.
Especially the most loud people,
very good for distracting chat.
Exert certain values, and it might be frustrating.
God, can you imagine Edmund going to like McDonald's or whatever in Texas, and people just like, I know you, and then like, I don't know. Respect for the IRL streamers.
People
I'm making notes here.
Constantly spewing all over the place on Twitter as a VTuber, but yeah, the best thing you can do is focus on yourself, focus on your community, and understand that a lot of these crazies in the space are, well...
Don't be cute and funny.
They're just that. They're
Don't
crazies.
break the immersion.
Well, let's continue on. A bunch of copy-paste lookalikes attacking anyone who sticks out. This is very true. There are a lot of copy and paste. Right now, the VTubing scene is about... Let's see. Let me check my watch here. About 5 years past oversaturation. Okay? Like, literally... Everything is so oversaturated at this point. Like, everything's been done before, pretty much.
Yes.
Okay?
There's
It's very hard
new.
to be unique and to stand out. But it's something you should try to do. And you can do it with your model, or you can do it with your content. Whoa! Who would have thought of that? Yeah, that's the best thing you can do to stick out. But yeah, there are a lot of copy-paste lookalikes. They see what a big indie VTuber X does.
Dude, honestly, hands down, how many fucking Shy Lily knockoffs are out there? And like, if I turn on the VTuber tab on my Twitter timeline and I scroll through it, there's like one Shy Lily after another, and I'm like, oh, don't you want to be your own? Don't you want to express your own creative version? And, you know,
you think, oh, if I look close to what they look like, I'm gonna stand out. No, it's the exact opposite. No. It's gonna make you even more forgettable. So if someone's looking for, you know, some type of VTuber design, right, are they gonna watch the fresh new indie with 10 viewers, or are they gonna watch the original with 5,000 viewers? I think the answer here is very obvious. But of course, I like this last point being made by BananaJuju, who we've talked about at least like 2 or 3 times on this channel. Attacking anyone who sticks out. Wow, they would know about that. If you don't remember the lore of this VTuber, they got dogpiled by who? Not the VTubing fans, Vtubers, for having a fair-skinned model with dreadlocks. Apparently based on their real-life...
Hear that, guys, because it's true. It's not the fans. Actually, it was very positive response. People love my model. It's just like, oh, it's like Tarzan, you know, like the jungle, like very cool concept, very, I don't know, fits the brand. Nah.
Lined up in droves to harass this person. It was a coordinated, massive harassment campaign. And guess what happened? A lot of VTubers got their clout from other VTubers and impressed them with their very progressive views. But BananaJuju went from like a few hundred followers to like tens of thousands in a matter of days, because VTuber fans rallied behind someone being a victim of a harassment campaign by these hyper-progressive VTubers, and also just liked what they saw and enjoy her content as well. And I'm glad she's still making content to this day.
I am.
Here's another one saying,
And I love it doing content. I refuse to be bullied off just because I stick out and have a different opinion than the other fake f***s, you know? Just because I disagree with them. I mean...
Immersion breaking sucks, hand cams are fine. If you're going to face docs and body post, do it on a side account at minimum if you want to call yourself a virtual YouTuber.
Asman saw for what it is. The internet, the VTuber tried to bully me and label racism because of the hairstyle, the theme, and going like, yeah, she's a monkey, and dude, what does that say about you? I love my design.
It's full of clicky mean girls and drama, something, anything for views. So I agree with the last two parts. Very true. Too many tourists. There's a lot of cliques and mean girl and high school behavior, for sure. This part is like personal preference. A lot of people feel like this. If you're a VTuber, you should never post anything IRL. I'm more on the side of I don't really care if you do, as long as it's not like the core of your accounts. Like, if you're posting as much IRL stuff as your VTubing stuff, at that point you've become an e-girl with a VTuber. Like, I don't really know what else to view that as, because we all know, like,
dude, come on, 2026. I'm a Swede. I live in a very small town with a bunch of old farts, right? I bet there's a few racists in this town looking at me and they're greeting me and then going like, yeah, whatever. You know, I'm sure that they're around here, but in the real world, you wouldn't walk up to anyone and going like, oh, look, there's a tiny girl with long blonde dreads. I'm gonna walk right up to her and call her racist to the face. Yeah, what is wrong with this
posting
fear?
IRL photos of yourself as a VTuber is gonna get you a lot of views on Twitter. If that's important to you, go for it, I guess, but you're gonna make a lot of people kind of annoyed after a while.
Tourists.
But whatever. What's more important, Twitter likes or building a legitimate community that cares about your actual content? I don't know. Here's another one saying the VTuber versus IRL fad was and always will be a terrible idea. So there is a VTuber versus IRL trend on Twitter. It pops up every couple of weeks where people show their VTuber model versus what they look like in real life.
Yes.
And there's other examples of people calling VTubers ugly or something, and then people post their face in response saying, well, I'm
on
ugly.
The team, so you can't because
you know
of
what?
this.
You can post what
Phantom got my back. Yes. Shield me, brother. Save me from the internet morons.
you want. But I think this whole thing recently with Grok, where they've made it very easy on Twitter to add edits, like very
yes, protect me, Phantom.
Let's say
the small
transformative
Swedish
edits to
woman.
people's photos. Yeah, you might want to be
Save
careful with
me.
what you post on the internet. Okay, there's people posting like a safer work selfie, and then people are like, Grok, put her in a dental floss micro bikini. And Grok is doing it. Now, this is nothing
Grok.
New.
We can always count on Grok.
Photoshopping stuff for decades at this point.
Give us our sexy bikini reveals.
Faces, so now they're really like, whoa, this is gross. Yeah, so be very careful with what you post, because people are
I can count on my community. I know you guys get me.
Nice,
that's why I love you guys and love hanging out with you.
Don't just post something out of spite or for a trend.
Let me get those Timberland boots.
Think about what you're doing and whether it's worth the risk or not.
Grok is sexualizing everyone.
Some VTubers actually fake their illnesses to use them as a way for e-begging. Yep. This has happened multiple times. People have faked illnesses to basically crowdfund money. And that's not really unique to VTubers. It's like the internet. I can't prove it, but something's not right here. And of course, you're not going to accuse them.
Where's the logic in this?
There's no
bring back the mental asylum.
Go to the doctor and bring back
absolutely
a note
agree.
Or something, but
Alistair, let's go.
There's a lot of shady behavior with that type of stuff.
Bring back the loony bins.
And unfortunately, going back to this one more second, the people who are actually suffering from illnesses are affected the most by this, because then people are skeptical unfairly of the actual people going through hard times or illnesses or whatever. Okay. VTuber news accounts are the bane of my existence. They don't know about journalistic integrity, so more often than not,
bane of my
Crying for
existence.
information comes off as harassment. They are biased. They have an agenda. They will never apologize. They are only there to stir the pot. Jeez, this is like
They speak up about
that Japanese soldier who, after
topics
World War II, was stuck out
that
in
the other ones
the forest and didn't
are
know the
afraid
war
of.
was over and kept fighting for 29
This one
years.
is funny.
That's someone getting mad
Yeah.
about VTuber news accounts. Like, how many are actually left at this point? The majority of them have either, like, semi-retired or just completely given up because of how toxic and annoying everything is in the VTubing scene. Yeah, if VTuber news accounts are the bane of your existence, you're probably doing something wrong and you need to find some bigger problems. And talk about journalistic integrity, that's your first mistake, thinking people uploading videos on YouTube are journalists. Big mistake, trying to make this sort of this sort of standard that doesn't need to be applied, and they're biased. Okay, they're not journalists. I always find that funny with like people get mad about like VTuber news accounts or any sort of account posting on drama or anything. Like, yeah, you can be biased.
Woman with an opinion?
Why not?
Get the hell out of here.
Who's saying you can't have an opinion? Some sort of
Make me a sandwich.
If you present yourself as someone who's independent, someone who's not going to take any sort of a bias, and then you do that, yeah, you're a hypocrite. But if you don't present yourself as a neutral
It's
person,
the female wickedness.
who cares if you're biased? If you have an opinion,
The real news on TV is more biased than the YouTube.
Here's another one saying drama.
It's, of course, like, there are a lot of drama and VTuber channels that cover their own point of the story. They don't need to be neutral about it. They don't. There's like, it's different. It's not journalism.
VTubers, problematic fans, and parasocial fans need to be put on blast if they put their antics too far. Full names. None of this blocking out their name stuff. Most hate for needy VTubers is a nothing burger, and it's not funny. It's annoying and childish.
You watch the news.
Wow.
I just don't believe
Niji
everything
in
people
2026. Crazy.
talk about.
Yeah, as I recall, the nothing burger with Niji Sanji involves like systemic mistreatment of their workers to the point where we had a situation where one VTuber in particular was bullied by her colleagues in the organization so badly she attempted her own life while the organization knew everything going on and didn't care. And then we have a million different things happening that show major problems with how things are run and how it's putting talents in danger.
How is that not a nothing burger?
Yeah, I wouldn't call those nothing burgers personally. But also, we see this.
The Banana Republic news channel.
Fans need to be put on blast.
Dudes, first of all, I yap way too much and I give off my opinion. I can't be neutral. Like, if something really bothers me, I go like, ugh, this really sucks, you know? Because I'm not afraid. Why would I go like, oh, maybe you guys like this, you know? So I'm not going to say I hate it. No,
Love to see what this individual thinks is problematic. Yeah, we'll make
I'm sure we can cover like some cool shit that's going on.
Problematic is.
Watch videos and react to it. But it's not gonna be a news channel.
Insane.
The news is wild.
If someone is sending you death threats, they don't deserve privacy.
Weather forecast.
Yeah,
lots of
100%.
potassium.
So many people censor out threats they're getting. They censor the names, which I don't understand why you're doing that. If they're like a genuine threat or a bad actor, like people should know that so they can block them or take preemptive measures or report them or whatever. And even blocking out their name, if it's a real post, like people will find it. It's not that hard. And unfortunately, again, just like with the illness thing,
that's what we do, Ash.
Have faked
not afraid to speak up,
threats
just
against
like
themselves.
You know,
in many cases, they're literally posting
anything and everything
to themselves.
I wish more people would come in here and disagree with me, so I could start like actual discussions and stuff, and go like, okay, so tell me.
Attention. And they censor out the names so people don't.
The problem is being reasonable. Is their heart disagree with the reasonable?
The people faking it.
You're scaring them off.
Less believable.
Oh, I bitch around on Twitter. I still bitch around on Twitter.
Harassed. Lolly and Shorta VTuber shouldn't be a thing. Well, you Shorta a tourist.
Shorta.
If you don't want the general public to see VTubers as a bunch of jobless weirdos, start by kicking the jobless weirdos out of the VTuber sphere. Ah, yes. Let's appeal.
I'm a jobless weirdo. Don't kick me out of the VTuber sphere now. My only source of income. Short ass.
Mainstream affairs. That's gonna work out so well.
So you're too old for that shit.
Cave in to all the...
Dude, this is perfect, you know? I want to do this till I'm old and grey. I want to sit here in my rocking chair, be a VTuber, goof around on the internet. It's a dream.
I want to call you a jobless weirdo for simply enjoying VTubers.
What is a sexy
nightclub? You know what?
Club?
Enjoying VTubers is weird.
You know which ones I mean. I'm talking strip bars. Yeah. Very cool. Worked in King Cross in Sydney as a bartender. With them table girls. Very cool job. Enjoyed it very much. Nice club.
Weird.
Send in the small lady.
It's good to be weird. It's good to have different...
Dude, no one want to mess around with a little lady. Find the ladies, they're dangerous, alright? Because I don't have the power to knock you out. So I got good at talking. I'll be down for the gunfire. Curb as well? Dude. Gunfire it is.
Like being in the VTubing scene or enjoying anime or anything like it. It's okay.
Lady.
A jobless weirdo, that's a sign that you shouldn't care what they're thinking and you should ignore them instead of curating the scene to accommodate the people who hate you and everything.
I'm a really good negotiator.
Yeah, this is why gatekeeping is important. Do not listen to the tips and tricks of big streamers.
I believe all these work in nightclubs and bars have toughened me up for when the VTuber sphere tried to kick in my door. I went like, yo, let's calm down, everyone. Chill the fuck out. Yes, you can block me. I'm gonna keep doing content. Moving on. Anyone up for another round of beer?
To them, made it big a couple years ago, and so tips don't really work now. Yes, that's definitely true, but also a lot of the people selling tips and tricks are people who never made it.
She's the legend.
You know, you have an account of a VTuber with 500 followers on Twitter telling you how to make it big as a VTuber. Like, yeah, if it looks suspicious,
the tips and tricks.
I've seen other people say this, but a big VTuber debut before actually streaming is just dumb. Get into streaming before it. Get to streaming before investing thousands into a debut. I've had to convince multiple friends that getting a cool model doesn't mean you will like streaming. Yes, many such cases, okay? The best thing you can do to start building a career as a streamer is to actually stream. Whether that means
stream. Just fucking stream. The rest comes later. You build up as you go. Dudes, just stream.
PNG or nothing on the screen other than the game you're playing.
Let's go, Les.
See if you even like it before dropping a $5,000 investment on a model so you can debut in front of 7 people, because that's not how this works, okay? People who drop so much money just for a big debut, like, no. Go out there and stream. Plus, it puts like so much weight onto your debut. That's why I think a lot of Vtweeters never actually end up doing it, because they built up.
See, I've been in the VTuber sphere since 2020, coming up on 6 years now. And I see it all the time. So spending thousands of monies. They built this whole thing up, and then they get like a little bit of attraction on the debut, but as soon as, you know, like I had a shit ton of viewers when the drama happened. But as soon as it fades out, kind of calms down, it goes back to like more a regular kind of thing. And that's when people go, oh shit, they hate me. I lost all my viewers. I'm giving up now. I'm going to sell my model and then try something else. It's just like, no, keep going.
Up this debut so much that it's going to be disappointing to them no matter what happens. But anyways.
Yeah, I know.
God,
reset.
Link your eye blinking. Apparently there's a setting, I guess, in YouTube Studio where you can fix your blinking so you don't do a... Yeah, see? Didn't even mean to. Good advice, I refuse. Because I like my accidental winks. It's engagement bait. It's good. And it's whimsical. So good advice, but...
Wait, I'm wearing glasses.
Decline on that one. Female VTubers can be completely
I have that shit turned on. I don't... My rigger mama did like VTuber was also rigger. My mama just did everything.
Unhinged personality, they'll succeed. Turns out a lot of guys out there like unhinged women. I know.
Unhinged?
Crazy stuff. But it's definitely the truth.
It tells so old, can't
just look around.
get
A
it
lot
up
of successful,
anymore.
unhinged personalities out
Let's
there.
help
But
me.
don't be too unhinged to the point where you can't function, or like you do like crazy stuff that'll get you in trouble. But
There was
it
green.
definitely is a pattern there. Some of y'all's designs are really boring and forgettable. One of the first things
That's
people
my
judge
lip
you
crown.
on when checking out your profile is your design. Make it memorable. This is true in many regards, but there's like a million really cool models out there.
Redhead.
So the best thing you can do is stick out is your content. And sometimes simple is the best. Like really. I think sometimes having something a little more simple can make you stand out. Okay, like you have these Vtuber models, these 10 grand models now people are pulling out. It looks like an episode of Pimp My Ride or something. They have like all these ridiculous gadgets on there, a million toggles, and all these things they're never even going to use anyways. Like sometimes simple is better, and you know, invest your money somewhere else.
Dude, sometimes too much is too much. You know? Sometimes it gotta be more simple. The reason I tune things down, like also with the crown here. Wait. I can turn the crown back on. At the end of the day, I'm just like, that's too much. Yeah. Don't like it.
But
less is
not
more.
Wrong at all. But anyways,
Shake it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a yap session. That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the hot takes. As always,
that was a yap session. Fucking spent 2 hours on this.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Red.
I don't know about you, but I love.
Hey, what's up, guys?
God, stop yapping, man. He's worse than me. Thank you for great video. Red, there you go. I'll link it in chat. Everyone can give like hit that thumbs up. Consider to subscribe. You know, support a fellow content creator. Yep, Queen at it again. Now I need to take a piss and then we're gonna play video games.